shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. On the court right now for the East All-Stars. Drell Wright is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Durant. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Irving at the point guard position.
Well, we've talked about this topic before, guys, but when the Big Three formed in Miami, I think the desire for star players to play with each other really kind of took on a life of its own. And even though teams haven't really been able to duplicate what Miami did, it's still something that is a dynamic that the league has to deal with.
The first one falls. And, you know, Steve, going back to the star players trying to team up, Miami really upped the ante. Now guys look at the talent around them and say, I need to do that or I don't have a chance.
Well, Kevin, it's just not something that's easily reproduced, though. When you get, superstar players all going to a city that's very desirable, that happens to have, $40 million in cap room, I don't think it's going to happen a whole lot. But it is natural for players to want to play with other great players. I mean, that's how you win, after all.
He hits both from the stripe. Doing reasonably well, 45%. Williams kicks to Love. Back to Williams. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
And they're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intentions.
Here's Davis.
Oh! Are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Find a gap in the defense and attack that rim with force.
He is so good at doing just that.
Maybe as good as anybody. Just so athletic and strong.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And here's Harden.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'd love to see the return of the NBA to Seattle. The Sonics, obviously a great franchise in their time there. They eventually moved to Oklahoma City, but it sure would be nice to see a team back in Seattle sooner or later.
Here's Williams. James Harden picking up that last basket. Lobs it up there. It's tipped and stolen by Aldridge. Irving with it. Williams picks him up. And he stepped in the line, so they turn it over. And part of what you mentioned with Seattle, Steve, they really do love their basketball up there and deserve to have a team. You've said it, in fact, many times on the air.
Well, you also have to look back at some of the great history they have up there in Seattle. Not just the teams in the 90s, but you go way back to the late 70s. And they won a title in the late 70s, so that city deserves to see another Sonics team at some point.
Smith kicks to Johnson. Shot on the wing. Gets it to go. And certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. Green against Harden. Batum sets a screen for Harden. There's the dish to LeBron. Clock at 6. Can't get it to go. Good D by Johnson. Gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone.
Don't let James shoot it.
Harden kicks to Batum. Wade tries from 16. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Green. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Well, they're scrapping. I mean, they're giving it everything they've got, putting together a nice run here.
Steve, we'll continue to see if they can chip away at it, but they've still got a long ways to go.
Now here's Wade. Back to Harden. The alley-oop pass. But they'll get another chance.
Now, second chance points are going to be key. They've got to keep this team off the boards.
And, Steve, any slip-ups boxing out can really cost you there.
And it's Johnson penetrating. And that one's good.
Well, I bet you he'd like to forget that first half that he had. It's nice to see him bounce back here in the second.
Gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the one make. Wade kicks to Drummond. LeBron gets the screen from Drummond. Harden outside. The kick out to LeBron. And he drops that one in.
You simply have to be able to box out better than that.
Well, you think about the difference in the game, Clark. It's second chance points in this game. I mean, they're just not putting up the same kind of effort as their opponent.
Now here is Smith. And Wall kicks to Smith. It's blocked. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for the West. Crawford comes in for Daniel Green. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the East. Durant comes in for Dwayne Wade.
Ball coming, ball coming.
Batum against Johnson. Backing down is LeBron and Durant. Here we go. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Kevin Durant is one of those guys we would call just a basketball junkie. Can't get enough of the game. You remember during the lockout, he made a name for himself in all those street ball tournaments and pro-am games. Fun for him and a great way to really embrace the fans, and he put on a show everywhere he went.
Seems like went up against LeBron a couple times in some of those venues.
I think they did go head-to-head.
Going back to Durant staying active and connecting with his fans, that summer he dropped in on a college flag football game, I recall, Steve, in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Yeah, how cool would that be to be an intramural quarterback and you get to throw the ball up top to Kevin Durant with those long arms? That's a pretty easy throw to make.
Now here's Wall. Dishes it to Johnson.
These are incredible rebounding numbers. I'm not sure if we've ever seen anything like this, Clark.
Oh, that's for sure, Steve. I mean, a superhuman performance on the backboards. Well done.
Gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth. Going 6 for 7. No good. Good D by Harden. The pass to LeBron. Back to Harden. Now Griffin inside. It's stolen by Johnson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
What a great game for Anthony in this one. He's got 16 points, and he's created a lot of chances for his teammates also.
And some of these passes have been absolutely beautiful, Clark.
At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Anthony.
Some great free throw shooting so far in this second half.
I think they should keep trying to initiate contact and get back to the line until they start missing from there. But as it is, they're perfect so far, so keep it up.
Here's LeBron.
Look at that athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
Nasty, nasty. Whoa.
And that look right there on Clark says it all.
He's not alone, Kevin. I mean, that was just mean right there.
Being 48% from the field. Not bad at all. And Wall kicks to Anthony. Johnson, defended by Batum. No good from Howard.
So hard not to go for it when you see that chance at the alley-oop.
Bet he wishes he hadn't, though.
Launches it. A shot by Batum. No good. Gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land. Shooting 50% on the free ball here. Outside Anthony. Back to Wall. Johnson outside. He dishes it to Howard. Outside, Wall. 6 on the shot clock. Over Harden. Howard dishes to Wall. He passes it to Johnson. Anthony right side. Defended by Batum. They get the rebound. Wall passes to Crawford. Covered by LeBron. Crawford kicks to Johnson. Back to Crawford. Over James. Crawford, no luck.
Good, tough defense there. Getting a hand up, forcing that miss.
Well, he's got the reputation of being a tough defender, and there was an example right there for him.
And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Gone 6 of 12 from the field.